Smile. That's great.
This is the last portrait of Andrew Goodson before a car accident suddenly interrupted his life.
It looked like he was asleep, so his head was just tilted over the side and just the blood coming out of his mouth and no response. I'd call him Andrew, Andrew, no response from him. What are you thinking? I was really scared, really scared.
Andrew lay in the car seat next to her with a broken neck. He was slipping into a coma and slowly slipping away.
I'd watch him and I would think he can't possibly get any better.
He was in big trouble. Any cough, any movement of the neck or skull, he's certainly in danger of stop breathing and immediately dying.
At Barrow Neurological Institute, Dr. Volkar Sontag says Andrew's head snapped forward, destroying bone and ligaments that hold the skull to his spine. He came out of the coma and was put into this black halo brace to keep him perfectly still.
Here you can see the separation. The spinal cord is right in here, obviously being stretched.
Doctors here say Andrew's injury is very similar to that of actor Christopher Reeve. If this happened just a few years ago, they say both probably would be dead. But it was Dr. Sontag who pioneered a brand new procedure. He performed it on Andrew, and he taught it to the doctor that operated on Reeve.
We then fasten it with wires under these bones called lamina.
A titanium horseshoe-shaped bar is screwed into the skull and spine. The gap is closed, and bone fragments are piled on top of the metal. So in time, the bar and the screws will be buried in new bone.
He's solidly fused. He's a year after surgery. He's doing well. He's neurologically intact.
Like you can see, he can walk and talk again, and he's just like a little normal 2.5-year-old.
He's such a ham. He runs, plays, he loves playing balls, he loves throwing balls, kicking balls.
Andrew only learned to walk 6 months ago, so he still takes a few tumbles. But no need for tears, just a hug from Mom.
Can you run over to Mommy? Yeah.
Andrew and Christopher Reeve, we're talking millimeters. In other words, Andrew, if he would have pulled his skull off by the accident another millimeter or two, he also would have separated the vital part, which is the spinal cord.
Then what has happened since the injury?
Reeve can breathe on his own, but chances are slim that he'll ever walk. The Goodsons credit divine intervention and Dr. Sontag for Andrew's unbelievable recovery.
We owe him a lot. Yes, he did a miracle.
The Goodsons say Andrew is evidence that nothing's impossible, and they hope his story inspires others.
There's always hope. Even when it seems the worst, there's always hope.
With photographer Eric Lee, Jennifer Ryan, News 15.